Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sapnewski, and thank you so much for coming by my channel. So you notice something different? Does the studio look different? It should, because I completely changed my lighting setup along with some of the settings in my camera. Can you tell? What do you think? Does it look better? So in the comment section below, let me know if you like this look better as opposed to my older lighting setup. So let me tell you what I've changed. My picture profile, I normally film everything in CineStyle, but someone said, you know, for your studio, you shouldn't film in CineStyle. You should go ahead and film in Standard. So we're giving that a shot. We're filming in Standard. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm going to have to wait until I get it into LumaFusion and fool around with it to see if I like it myself. So let me walk you through what I've done differently with my lights. I still have my Godox SL60 as my key light. I have diffusion on there along with the grid or egg crate diffuser, and that just allows me to control the light. The light is going to be focused on me and not really spilling off into the background. I also moved my rim light. So normally the rim light would be mounted above me to the back and to the left, and it would highlight my hair. But the problem is it would go past my hair, hit the side of my face, and create like this very strange shadow, sort of ruining the Rembrandt lighting that I had going with the key light. So I moved it to be lower and to the left. So it's still catching the side of my hair and my shoulder. So being that it's illuminating my hair and my shoulder, it's allowing me to have a little separation from the background, giving me that cinematic look. I also decided to put up a white foam board. I have it mounted right to my microphone stand, just with some gaff tape. It's right up there. Now what that's going to do is reflect the light from the key light and bounce it onto the shadow side of my face, just making me a little more well lit. I also have an additional hair light that's also on top of the microphone stand, and that is just going to illuminate and light the top of my hair, giving me additional separation from the background. So let me go ahead and turn all of the lights off. This way you can see what each light does. Just the practical lights, rim light, hair light, key light. So you see the difference when everything comes together, how nice it looks. So in the comment section below, if you guys let me know what you think of the new lighting setup, I would really appreciate it. I really do value your guys' opinions. Also, let me just apologize in advance for the hair. It's crazy humid here in New Jersey, and my hair just does not agree with humidity. I'm looking a little bit like Medusa, but I'm tired of straightening it and blowing it out and just working. I invest so much time with the hair. I'm giving up a little bit with it, so I am just going to allow it to be its curly self from now on. I invest too much time fussing and worrying about what this looks like, and I'm done. I'm done. All right, well, enough about me. Let's go ahead and talk about the star of the show, which is going to be this guy for today. And this is the Viltrox RB10 Professional LED light. It's also an RGB light, and I've always wanted to get an RGB light just to have it in the studio in case I want to accent something in the background, something for practical lighting, but they've been crazy expensive. So I've seen different units here and there for $60, $70, and those were for the most budget-friendly options. But then I stumbled onto the Viltrox B10, and I said, let me go ahead and give this a chance, because I only paid $44 for the complete light kit. So not only do you get the light, it comes with a diffusion plate. It comes with a bracket so that you can mount it to a light stand or to a tripod. And it also comes with the battery and a battery charger. And it's these little NPF batteries that if you go to buy these batteries separately on Amazon alone, you're gonna pay 20 bucks for the battery and the charger. So being that I got the light and all of the accessories along with the battery and the charger for $44, made this an absolute steal, I think. All right, so let me go ahead and walk you through the different components of this light. So initially, when I took this out of the box to fool around with it, I saw the bottom here and it looks like a hot shoe mount. So I put it on top of my camera, but it was faced the other way. So I thought, no, this is not a hot shoe mount. I realized that the other side was a bracket as well. So if you got a few of these lights, it would allow you to mount them together, making them just one big unit. It also has quarter 20s on the top and the bottom, and I always appreciate when the lights have that because it just makes it so much easier to go ahead and boom it above you. You just screw it to a clamp and you can put these guys anywhere. All right, so let me walk you through the light. Of course, the on and off switch, this is where you're going to put the battery. And here is where you can put an AC adapter. So you don't just have to run this on battery power. You can plug it into the wall, but it does not come with the AC adapter. If that's something that you want, that's going to be a separate purchase. And over here, you're going to have the mode dial. So this is what's going to control the lights. You just press this button and it's going to allow you to scroll through the different color temperatures. So let me go and turn off some of these other lights. This way, when I run this guy, you're really going to get a good appreciation for what this can do. Okay, so for this portion of the video, we're only going to have on the key light. So let's go ahead and turn on the Viltrox RB10. So when you turn it on, it's automatically going to be in RGB mode. And you can dial in what color you want. It goes from 0 to 300. So if you wanted to just absolutely flood your background with a different color light, you can choose any one of these, just dial it in, and it's going to give you a really good light source. Okay, so the next effect, which I really like, is you push in the dial, and it's going to roll through all of the RGB colors from 0 to 300 by itself. And I think that effect is really neat. You know what, let me turn the key light off for this. This is like a aqua blue. Then it's gonna go into the greens, into the yellows, into the reds and the pinks, and then it will constantly scroll from 0 to 300 in a loop. So that was really neat, right? Actually, let's keep this off. Okay, now you long press the knob, and this is going to bring you to 3300 Kelvin or 5600 Kelvin. It brings you to dialing in the intensity of the light. So it's going to start off at 100%, and you can dial it all the way down, but the lowest that it's going to go is 20%. So this is what 20% looks like with this guy. Let's get it all the way up to 100. We click the dial again, and that's going to allow us to dial in the different color temperatures. So we're going to start off at 5600 Kelvin, and we can dial it down to 3300 degrees Kelvin. Long press it again, and that is going to bring us right back to the RGB option. So there was an earlier version of this light, but it wasn't a true RGB light. What they did was they made these diffusion panels in a bunch of different colors. So if you wanted a green light, you'd have to stick on the green diffusion panel. So I really like that they made this a complete RGB light kit for only 44 bucks. You could use this off in your background. You could use it as a hair light. You could use it as like an accent light, just to carve you out from the background. And let's say that you were traveling, just on the go, you're traveling around and you wanted to bring just a small light that you could use as a key light. I think that this guy would actually work. You could bounce it off something. Let me go ahead and turn the key light off again. I mean, you can see this thing is pretty bright. The diffusion panel is not that wonderful, so you will need a little bit of extra diffusion material if you did want to use this as your key light. Of course, if you mount this to a light stand, or if you put it on a shelf or on a nightstand and you hold out that piece of diffusion material, it's going to make that light source softer and a lot bigger. So this is absolutely doable for a mobile key light. Just look how crazy my hair is. Look at this. Really is accenting how ridiculous this is. Like Medusa. It's just curl. It's everywhere. It's crazy. And I hit the microphone. And right now I'm going to post a picture of the box. This way you can see all of the specs on it. Well, that's going to do it here for me today, guys. And until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Wear your sunblock because it could save your life.